My name is Michael Hayward and I'm from Cape Town, South Africa. And this is the story of how I found a 60-year-old abandoned boat in the Caribbean. In January 2021, I packed up my business, sold all my belongings including my boat and just about everything I owned, and left with Rebecca Childress to cross the Atlantic on her Valiant 40 brick house. Finally, we were ready to leave. All we needed now was for the gale force southeaster to subside. And finally it did, and we slipped out into Table Bay with my sailing buddy Rebecca, providing well-needed backup on our shakedown sail to Namibia, 1,200 miles away.
You're welcome anytime.
We said goodbye to Rebecca in Walvis Bay, and from that point onwards it would be just Rebecca and I.
Oh,
That's very nice.
it is very good.
Very, very nice.
We had another 4,000 miles to go, and while I was confident I would get Brickhouse across the Atlantic without sinking her, there were already signs that our relationship was springing a leak.
Water's beautiful, the ocean is lovely, this is absolutely insane. We're approaching St. Helena to go and pick up our mooring ball.
I wasted no time getting in the water. The visibility was the cleanest I've ever seen. The ocean has always been my happy space, and I was determined to squeeze every ounce out of every opportunity that came my way. St. Helena had just literally days before we arrived opened its borders again to visiting yachts. As soon as we tested negative, we could go ashore, and I spent as much time as I possibly could in the water exploring the cliffs around Jamestown.
Yeah, it's a hot day. I'm hanging in the sunshine.
Off the Jacob slider now.
You should hit me with the splash gun so I cool down. Won't you come on over?
I got the fat end.
Yes, you did. I got the skinny end.
What is it?
Wedgwood almond,
Yummy.
handmade.
Yummy.
If you're looking for some crazy,
Midnight tomorrow night.
Cheers. To another anchorage.
Cheers.
More.
Yep.
Yummy.
We flattened it. We had been warned the sharks in Ascension were very aggressive, and I was dead keen to get in the water and swim with them and hopefully get some good footage. However, as soon as I hung over the side with my camera, they would swim hard at me and bang into the camera housing. No doubt just a little sample nudge. Then one night, catching tuna, a pack of sharks repeatedly slammed into the side of Brickhouse with such force that it felt each time like a train had hit us.
So here comes that rain as forecast. Just a gentle little squall, not much to be concerned about, I don't think. Appropriate that we should arrive in a squall.
clouds and thunders standing in my way, but I must try to figure it out anyway. Songs of worries travel with the storm, but I must try to figure it out alone. Yeah, I must try to figure it out alone. And now, ooh, when you're gone, ooh, I know things won't be the same no more, I'm sure. It'll take a while 'cause I'm still so young now. Ooh, when you're gone, I still have a long way to walk, I'm
So this chapter starts on the island of Martinique, and it's around about this time that I started looking in real earnest to find a boat. We looked at hundreds of yachts for sale online, and nothing seemed perfect. Those that were in my price range all seemed to need a lot of money spent on remodeling and getting them seaworthy again. I wanted something cheap, something with ocean-going capabilities, and was really ready to sail. And to make matters worse, Rebecca and I both got COVID during the carnival in Fort-de-France, Martinique. Yeah, there we are practicing social distancing. Really mature and responsible. You know, Rebecca and I had had a pretty rough year. Sailing during a pandemic is not easy. It puts tremendous stress on relationships. Everywhere we went, we heard stories of sailors, couples especially, who had really battled during the pandemic. And so we just needed to let our hair down.
I'm being a party pooper and staying in today.
You do realize you're sounding rather like a sickly person.
I am a sickly person right now.
Yeah. Doing 2 laps of the city, dancing and jumping and going nuts.
I know, that was like
And then-
6 miles, I think.
And then we were like exhausted, and we went and sat down on the lawn and said, well, maybe we should go back to Brick House now. And then I looked at my watch and it was 7:30.
A couple of party poopers.
7:30, we're like old people. 7:30, we passed out on the lawn, exhausted.
A lot of people were. We're the only ones, we were the oldest ones passed out, but we weren't the
Well,
only
not
ones
quite passed out. We found some nice little street parties, and we had a blast. But yeah, as a result of that, I think we both woke up this morning feeling a little grotty. Rebecca feeling more grotty than me. But yeah,
I'm a lightweight.
I know tomorrow I'll wake up and I'll be feeling fine again. So yeah, we're fully vaccinated and got our boosters and all of that. So that's not to say you can't get it. I mean, of course you can. This Omicron thing, you'll get it if you boost it or not. But I mean, I feel fit and strong and fine, and so not overly concerned.
Yeah, I mean, the test could still be a false negative. I mean, we have all the telltale signs of Omicron, but
No, we don't. We have all the telltale signs of a little bit of a cold, a little sniffle. If it doesn't even register as a temperature, it's a sniffle.
I know, I keep thinking I have a
Yeah.
temperature, I keep taking my temperature and I don't have one. Well, I have a temperature, but it's not a high temperature.
As we can tell, there's one doctor on board, and that's me.
Dr. Mike.
Yes. So that's how you fix the sniffles.
Glass of wine.
With cassis, that's the other thing that we have. You can see the little pink coloration there. That's cassis.
Mine's more pink because I have more kisses.
Rebecca's is more pink. And we're sitting on the boat. Tonight's the last night of the carnival over here. I must say it's been absolutely fantastic. It's really been a great experience in terms of seeing how the French party or the French islanders, I think it's distinctly unorganized by any government or official bodies. It first said that it was going to start way over beyond the fort over there in a more kind of industrial area, starting at a stadium and just winding its way around like no man's land. The citizens decided no, they're doing it right in the heart of the city.
Where it's
And-
always been done. That's what I love about this country. Martinique is so cool, but France is so cool, or French Martinicans are so cool in that, they'll take, their government's word as sort of a suggestion. But in reality, they will do whatever they want.
Well, yeah, we really let our hair down, and after testing positive, we had our little home testing kits. We both had this terrible flu, and in the beginning I was being all bravado, saying, well, nah, that's just a common cold. Rebecca was right. Wasn't the first time she was right, and it won't be the last, but yeah, we felt pretty rough. So we tested positive, and we stayed aboard, quarantined ourselves on Brick House for about 10 days, and used that time to keep looking for a yacht. Didn't really find one during that period, but we looked. And we got cranky. And we argued a little and got bitchy with each other. But we kept looking. So after our home test proved negative, we decided to get the hell out of there and to call it a day in terms of our sailing, cruising through the windwards. We were supposed to go a lot further north, but really it was just so difficult. All of the interminable bloody PCR tests and the regulations and the costs of it, it's quite extreme. So we thought, okay, let's start moving south again, back to Grenada, and lick our wounds, and maybe we'd find something on the way down. But Rebecca did something fairly smart. She put a shout out on her Facebook page. I was really relieved to be heading out to sea with no more internet and no more browsing, and just to sail, to breathe in some salt air again. But Rebecca, always on things, she sent out that request, and so yeah, good on her. So we sailed south to Bequia. We'd been there before, had a wonderful stay over there around New Year, and we sailed into Port Elizabeth and dropped anchor. Rebecca went online straight away and had a message from a Facebook friend of hers, Lars, in Sweden, saying he had a boat for sale and it was in Bequia. So of course that got us interested. He told us where it was anchored, close to Daffodils, which is on the north side of the bay, close to the entrance of the bay, and that's right where we were anchored. His boat was anchored right behind us. I mean, what are the chances of that? You know, 1 in 100, 1 in 1,000, 1 in a million, who knows? I mean, you know, the Caribbean is huge with thousands of anchorages and tens of thousands, if not 100,000 boats on anchor. And the first boat that we looked at, in all seriousness, was right behind us after dropping anchor. We went on board. It was love at first sight. We opened her up. I just loved it. I could see that the previous owner loved his boat as well and had taken good care of her. She really looked like a solid, seaworthy, ocean-going vessel, and I'd never even heard of a Laurin Koster before. So after a preliminary visit, I went online and had a look, and well, I was not wrong. These boats were built to sail. They were built to sail the North Sea, and the previous owner had crossed the Atlantic on her a few years before.
And there she is, Amiga Mia, designed by Arad Laurin and built in 1965 in Sweden. She weighs approximately 7 tons, has a full keel, a beam of 15 feet, draft of 5 feet, and length overall of 32 feet. She was fully renovated in 1999, had a new mast fitted in 2002, and a new Nanny 30 horsepower diesel engine fitted in 2015. She had a new wind vane, radar, chart plotter, AIS installed in 2019, and as a bonus, she has a life raft and small tender with a 2.5 horsepower outboard engine.
There's the mechanic.
Yeah. I've just had to learn how to bleed my new Nanny diesel. After days playing around and some trials and tribulations, we got it running. So it seems all good.
Look at that engine. That right there is a very nice engine. So Amiga Mia is the name of the boat.
That's right.
What does Amiga Mia mean?
Means my girl.
What language is that?
That's Spanish, I think.
My girl? My girlfriend or your girlfriend? He's got a new girlfriend, guys. It's not all about Rebecca anymore.
That's
it's
it.
now about his amiga.
Yep.
It's a good thing.
It's a good thing.
What is the next country? Where are we going?
Grenada, Carriacou.
Carriacou.
Yeah.
Okay. How far is it?
God, I don't know. 30 miles?
The navigator's asking the captain.
30 miles, thereabouts.
30, 35, yeah. Think you can do it? All by yourself?
100%.
Think I can do it by myself?
100%.
I'd say about a 50% success rate as far as me doing it on my own.
Well, you're not going to do it by yourself. We're going to find somebody, or I'll do it with you, and then come back and catch this one.
There's my group. So this is Amiga Mia downstairs. After a kind of a rambunctious first sail, a few things fell. Not too bad. Mostly everything stayed. Isn't she pretty? She's so pretty. And we're going into Beckwith. St. Vincent and the Grenadines. It's Beckwith. There's St. Vincent way off in the distance there. Should probably be right now.
Yeah, I've got to get the anchor in.
Okay. Alright, I'll stop filming. But fine boat you have there, young man.
Thank you very much. And thank you for helping me in finding it.
So after our test sail on Amiga Mia, it was time to get Brickhouse back to Grenada, where Rebecca would start the process of interviewing for crew to continue sailing on with her.
Somehow you don't even have the qualifications to be the deck yet, but I fly you.
Judy needed a ride, so she joined us for the sail down. After checking in at Customs and Immigration, I decided to spend my last night on Brickhouse alone. My job on Brickhouse was done, and I would be leaving in the morning for Beckwith, where my new life on Amiga Mia would begin.
So how many times have we said goodbye, Rebecca?
I think this is like
Number 5. Are we losing track? Okay. Well,
friends and sailors don't say goodbye, they only say till next time.
and
So
fair
long,
winds.
fair winds. And Michael, I love you forever.
Will you stop losing my t-shirts?
Yeah, well, you gave it to the wash lady. She stole it. It's your fault, like almost everything is.
You. I'm after you. Are you not joining us on the ride? Oh. Passengers want personalized service.
Is there only one passenger?
You didn't leave your baby behind.
Got luck.
That's it, Captain Bradley at the helm. She's lovely. Is she your boat?
She's my brother.
Ah, beautiful. I love it.
Rebecca and I had an incredible journey together. It started in Cape Town, we crossed the Atlantic together and arrived in Grenada and then sailed further up north through the Windward Islands. Now here in Tyrrell Bay, our relationship had come to an end. We had tried our best, but sometimes, however difficult, one has to accept the inevitable and just try something different. I had my new boat to look forward to, and Rebecca had new crew to go sailing with. So this was going to be goodbye. Watching Rebecca drive away in her dinghy was not easy, but I hoped we would remain friends and that our paths would cross again. To take my mind off matters, I jumped in and helped the guys load their cargo, and soon we were making our way north to Union Island.
After 2 days and a number of ferry rides, I arrived back in Bekwa. I now just needed a water taxi to get me to Amiga Mia. I sat and watched the sunset from the dinghy dock, and soon Didi arrived to ferry me across. Finally I was home. I felt desperately alone and wasn't sure what my future held. I got the kettle on the boil, had a cup of tea and pondered life for a while. I launched my dinghy and headed across the bay to the nearest rum shack. After a pretty colourful night in Mr. Tattoo's rum and grilled chicken bar, I stumbled back to the Bekwa Yacht Club's dinghy dock around midnight. My dinghy is the smallest inflatable I've ever seen, and it's powered by a paltry 2.5 horsepower outboard motor. It was a long way back home into the wind. Running the engine full throttle against the wind sheared the propeller.
I've lost my outboard, or at least the propeller sheared, so it's sent away for repairs. And Henning is helping me. Straight over the shoulder, you know. Getting quite a bit done. He leaves tomorrow, and then we'll hopefully meet up again in Carriacou or Grenada.
That's something I really love about cruising. Whenever you need a friend, one just pops up and seems to get along and help you without asking anything in return. Soon it was time for me to leave Bekwa. I had done what I could to familiarize myself with Amiga Mia's systems and was now pretty keen to put her through her paces. I also had some good news to look forward to. My friend Yelena was going to join me in Carriacou for a few weeks of sailing. Earlier, Rebecca had helped register Amiga Mia in Poland, and I had just received the documents which proved she was now legally mine. With the boat papers, a deed of sale, proof of settlement of past mooring fees, and my paid-up cruising permit, I was now free to move Amiga Mia across the border into Grenada.
Well, I've just cleared out at customs and immigration, prepared to start my first solo sail on Amiga Mia. I'm really looking forward to it. It's going to be magic, and hoping that this old girl holds up, and I'm looking forward to a great sail. So I got the main up, first reef is in. My wind instrument isn't working. Seas are moderate, but there may be some squalls ahead. I'm looking behind us. So quite normal for her to jump up from 20 to close to 30, maybe be more than that. But anyway, she's balanced very, very nicely. Self-steering with the tiller just set in that little groove bar. And, well, we do fall off every 5 minutes. I've got to adjust. And of course I can adjust with letting out a little bit more main. Otherwise I keep rounding up into the wind. But I'm so happy. It's a gorgeous day for sailing. The main looks in pretty good nick. I mean, it's got a season or two ahead before I replace that. The Genoa, not so much. I'll probably replace her at the soonest opportunity back in Grenada. She apparently got damaged in the volcano that went off a little while ago. So, yeah, well, that was a bit of a shame. But anyway, yeah, well overdue for a new one. And everything else seems to be working fine. Yeah, let me get back to some sailing. But since we left, I mean, there's the east side of Bekwa. I'm actually heading freaking west right now. I'd better do something and alter my course. So let me get at it. Ah! Zagging all over the damn show like a drunken freaking madman. First time out, what can we expect? I'm back on course. It's a beautiful thing. Look at that. Hey.
Come to me. How do I compare? 'Cause this is our chance, the one we waited for.
So it's about 6 o'clock in the evening now, and I've just dropped anchor in Chatham Bay on Union Island. Had a great sail. I must say I absolutely loved it. And I got a little sunburnt. We had a little bit of a glare off the ocean. There was some cloud cover, but I didn't put sun cream on. I did have a hat the whole time. Anyway, not the first time, won't be the last. I just need to take a little bit more care, I guess. But anyway, yeah, so I've squared up the boat. Everything's ship shape, nice and clean and tidy and organized. I've made a cup of tea. I know, it sucks. But I thought, well, just acquiring a new boat, and we've been in party mode for the past, well, I've been in party mode for 2 years now, almost, but at least a year in the Caribbean, and it's time to have a little bit of a period of sobriety. Get into my boat, sailing by myself. I just want a clear head, a clear mind. I want energy, I want focus. So yeah, I'm on the tea and water, and it's been a couple of days already, and yeah, loving it. So I'll keep that up for a while. Nothing's ever forever in my life, and I don't ever want anything to be set in stone. So for now, that's it. It was just fantastic. I had a great learning curve, and I'm looking around here because the fish are jumping out the damn water. I got to get a line in and see if I can get some dinner. Well, anchor's up and we're off. It's 8:40. Probably should have gotten underway a little earlier, but so beautiful here, so I just had a chilled morning. But anyway, great. Yeah, anchor up, all easy, no problems. And goodbye to Chatham Bay until next time. Yeah, so beautiful. It really is a magnificent little bay. Not much to do. There's only 2 restaurants on the shore. I didn't even get ashore yesterday. Would have meant launching the dinghy and, you know, making that whole huge effort and restowing it just for one night. So quite happy to have just stayed. But I'll be back.
I arrived back in Carriacou before midday, dropped anchor and went ashore to clear into customs and immigration. All I needed to do now was clean up and prepare for Yelena's visit. There are some really beautiful bays and islands around Carriacou, and I was really looking forward to exploring new anchorages with Yelena.
I was so nervous to talk. Happened so fast. Went from so lonely to falling asleep in your arms. I used to be afraid to fall in love. My past relationship was a disaster, but now I don't care. 'Cause you took my scars, bruises and broken heart, numbed all the pain, showed me how to heal, and now I don't feel
Michael, thank you for everything that you've done for Brick House, and thank you for being my best friend. And thank you for everything you've done for me. Take care, following winds and fair seas. Michael designed these t-shirts and they're out for sale. Look below the video to purchase yours.
Sometimes I get too caught up in all of the wrong things, but you're always there to guide me. I used to be afraid to fall in love. Past relationship was a disaster, but now I don't care. 'Cause you took